They say life can change in an instant. But what if that instant was a test of character? What if a simple act of kindness held the power to rewrite fate? Tonight, we unveil a story that will grip your heart and challenge what you believe about destiny, kindness, and hidden opportunities. Stay till the end, because you won't believe the twist that changes everything. But first, tell us, where are you watching from? Drop your city in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories of fate, kindness, and unexpected twists. And also share with someone, because you never know who you might be helping. This is Ryan, a young man whose mind is filled with brilliance, yet his life is filled with burdens. A tech genius with the power to create, to innovate, to transform the world. Yet, he finds himself trapped in a cycle of poverty. His hands move tirelessly, soldering broken circuits, reviving lifeless machines, fixing what others deem irreparable. But as his hands work, his spirit fights an unseen battle. One of exhaustion, of rejection, of a world that refuses to see beyond his struggle. The air in his tiny room is heavy. Heavy with dreams, unfulfilled. Heavy with the weight of survival. Heavy with the sound of silence. The kind of silence that echoes loneliness, frustration, and the fear that time is slipping away. The rent is overdue. Notices pile up like an unrelenting reminder of his reality. His phone. More notifications of debts than opportunities. The fridge hums softly in the background, but inside, it's empty. Just like the promises the world once made to him. He doesn't complain. He doesn't beg. Instead, he fights. He wakes up every morning and fights against the odds, against the statistics, against the voices that tell him, "You're just a poor boy who fixes things." But Ryan, he knows he's more. He feels it deep within his bones. He is more than his circumstances, more than the struggles that weigh him down. He is a creator, a dreamer, and yet, dreams don't pay the bills. Dreams don't put food on the table. But what if his biggest moment is just around the corner? What if his next decision, his next action, will alter the course of his life forever? What if destiny is about to knock on his door in the most unexpected way? Ryan's steps are slow, heavy, burdened by the weight of uncertainty. His future? A mystery. His present? A constant struggle. The rain pours harder, soaking his already worn-out hoodie. His fingers are numb, his breath shallow. He thinks of home. But what is home? A dimly lit room, a half-broken bed, the humming fridge with nothing inside. Then a sound, a groan. Faint, desperate, human. Ryan stops. He turns his head toward the alley, his heart pounding in sync with the raindrops. Shadows dance against the cracked walls, distorted by flickering streetlights. And then, he sees it. A stranger, unmoving, soaked to the bone, blood trailing down his forehead, mixing with rainwater, disappearing into the cracks of the pavement. Ryan swallows hard. His instincts scream to walk away, to mind his own business. To leave before this moment entangles him in problems far beyond his own. A choice to walk away, or to help. Ryan chooses kindness. Tension rises as Ryan steps forward, crouching beside the stranger. He hesitates, but his heart won't let him leave. His fingers brush against the man's icy skin, his pulse weak, his breath shallow. Who is he? A victim of the streets? A runaway? Someone dangerous? None of that matters. Not to Ryan. He doesn't ask questions. He doesn't hesitate. He simply helps. Because that's who Ryan is. He carries him, shelters him, shares the little he has. A poor man, helping another, with nothing to gain. No cameras watching. No applause waiting. Just pure, selfless kindness. But what Ryan doesn't know, what he cannot possibly suspect, is that this helpless young man is no ordinary person. Fate has led him to this moment. A test, a silent, unseen test of character. And soon, the truth will unravel. A truth that will shake the very foundations of Ryan's life. Morning sunlight creeps through the window, casting golden hues across the tiny, cluttered room. The air is thick with the scent of soldered wires, old books, and desperation. The injured young man stirs, his breath steadying, his fingers twitching against the rough fabric of the borrowed blanket. His eyes flutter open, Confusion lingers in his gaze before clarity sets in. He takes in his surroundings, the half-fixed computers, the circuit boards scattered like unfinished dreams, the books on programming, the stack of unopened bills weighing down a corner of the desk. He sees it all, the struggle, the brilliance, the untapped potential. And then, he sees Ryan. A moment of silence. The young man studies the figure before him. Ryan, hunched over a desk, asleep from exhaustion, his hands still smudged with grease, his face marked by silent battles no one else sees. He doesn't just see a kind stranger. He sees a man who deserves more. A man who is given, despite having nothing. A man with a mind so sharp, so capable, yet forced into a life of survival instead of success. And for the first time in a long time, the young man feels something unexpected. Admiration. Because this young man, he's not just anyone. He is a billionaire, a tech mogul, a name whispered in boardrooms, printed in financial headlines, feared by competitors, and revered by the industry. He is a man who could change Ryan's life in an instant. But he remains silent, watching, observing, testing. Because power, true power, isn't just about money. It's about understanding people, their motives, their hearts. Ryan has passed the first test, kindness without expectation. Now, the billionaire wonders, what else is hidden within this struggling genius? What will he do next, with no knowledge of the fortune sitting right in front of him? And most importantly, what happens when Ryan finally discovers the truth? A few days have passed. The rain has long dried, replaced by golden streams of sunlight piercing through the cracks in the old window. The billionaire, now healed, sits across from Ryan. The tension in the room is almost suffocating. Ryan, unaware of the truth, continues to work on a broken motherboard, his fingers moving with precision, his mind lost in the familiar struggle of making things function again. Silence lingers between them, thick with unspoken truths. Ryan has no idea who the man before him truly is. No idea that the stranger he saved was someone who could change his life in an instant. And then it happens. The billionaire leans forward, watching Ryan carefully, studying him, testing him. Then, finally, he speaks, his voice steady, deliberate. Ryan, what do you dream of? A simple question. Harmless, even. But for Ryan, it's anything but simple. Because dreams? They feel too expensive to have. Ryan hesitates, his hands slow over the circuits, his eyes darkening with thought. No one has asked him that before. Not really. Life has never given him the luxury to dream. His world has always been about surviving, not aspiring. To dream is to hope, and to hope is dangerous. But then, the moment no one sees coming, the billionaire reaches into his pocket, the faint rustle of fabric breaking the silence. He slides something across the worn-out desk, a small rectangle, a business card. Ryan blinks, confused, hesitant. His fingers tremble as he picks it up, his pulse quickening as his eyes scan the name printed in bold letters. A name he's heard before, a name that shouldn't be sitting in his hands. His breath catches, his chest tightens, his hands shake just slightly. Because this isn't just a name, this is power, influence. A man who owns empires, who builds technologies that shape the world. And then, the words that change everything. The billionaire's voice is calm, unwavering, but his words are anything but ordinary. Come to my company. Show me what you can do. If you're as brilliant as I believe, your days of struggle are over. Ryan's world tilts on its axis. His mind races. His heart pounds. He looks up, searching the billionaire's face for deception, for mockery, for some cruel joke from fate. But all he sees is sincerity. A billionaire offering a poor tech boy a ticket out of his misery? It feels impossible, unreal, too good to be true. Ryan, disbelief, hope, fear. Because what if this is a trick? What if life is setting him up for another heartbreak? But deep down, buried beneath years of struggle and disappointment, a small voice whispers, what if this is real? Ryan stares at the card, at the name, at the opportunity dangling before him like a dream, too fragile to touch. And in this moment, a choice stands before him, to stay in the world he knows, or to step into the unknown, where everything could change in an instant. Fate has never been kind to Ryan, but now, for the first time, it might just be offering him a way out. Ryan stands frozen at the entrance of the towering glass building, its pristine reflection distorting his own worn-out clothes. Inside, the world is different, sleek, advanced, untouchable. The air hums with efficiency, with power. It is a world built by men who have everything. And Ryan? He has nothing but his mind. He walks through the doors, his heart hammering against his ribs. Everything he has ever known, his small, cluttered room, the endless nights of hunger, the crushing weight of failure, feels like another life, another reality. This feels unreal. But this is no dream. It is a test. A single shot at rewriting his destiny. A polished executive leads him down long corridors of innovation, past glass walls where engineers shape the future with keystrokes. Ryan tries to keep his nerves in check, but the intimidation is suffocating. These are the best minds in the world, and yet here he is, a boy from nowhere, an outsider. He is given a task, one challenge, one problem so complex, so intricately designed to weed out the weak, that even seasoned professionals have struggled with it. If he fails, he walks away, back to the life he knows, back to hunger, back to fixing broken things in the shadows, while the world moves on without him. If he succeeds, the doors to a life beyond his imagination will open. No second chances, no safety nets. Just this moment. The room is silent, save for the faint hum of machinery. Ryan sits before an advanced console, its glowing interface both a challenge and an invitation. His fingers hover above the keys. Doubt creeps in. What if he's not good enough? What if this was all a mistake? Failure is not an option. Not today. Not when everything is on the line. Sweat beads at his temple. His pulse races. And then, he moves. His fingers fly over the keyboard. Logic. Precision. Problem-solving at lightning speed. He is in his element now. He sees the patterns, the flaws in the system that others missed. Hours of struggle, of repairing broken circuits in the dark, have trained his mind to think differently, to see beyond the surface. And slowly, piece by piece, he unravels a problem. The executives watch. The billionaire watches. Expression unreadable. Seconds feel like minutes. Minutes feel like hours. And then, a breakthrough. A line of code executes flawlessly. A flickering error vanishes. The problem, solved. Silence. Then a slow clap. A single nod from the billionaire, followed by a knowing smile. Ryan doesn't speak. He doesn't have to. His work speaks for him. The billionaire leans forward, slides a contract across the table. You start Monday. Welcome to your new life, Ryan. Ryan exhales. Disbelief. Relief. A new chapter begins. But little does he know, this is only the beginning. A rapid succession of moments, each more powerful than the last. Ryan, once trapped in the endless cycle of struggle, now steps into a world he never thought would be his. The transformation is undeniable. The boy who once lived in the shadows now walks in the light. The boy who had nothing now has everything. But more than wealth, he has something priceless: recognition, purpose, and a future. Ryan working late into the night, his mind alight with ideas. Sitting in high-profile meetings, once an observer, now a contributor. His name whispered with respect among the greats of the industry. And yet, he remains the same at his core. Humble, driven, kind. With every new success, he remembers the nights of hunger, the days of rejection, the moments when he almost gave up. He carries them not as burdens, but as reminders. Proof that he has endured. Proof that he has risen. His life shifts. A new apartment, modest, but his. New clothes, not for vanity, but for confidence. A newfound belief in himself. Not because the world finally sees him, but because he now sees himself. But through it all, one truth remains. None of this happened by chance. All of this, because he chose kindness on a rainy night. Because when the world gave him every reason to look away, he chose to care. And that is the true measure of success. Not the money, not the status, but the choice to be human, even when the world isn't watching. Life has a way of testing us when we least expect it. The smallest act of kindness might just be the moment that changes everything. What would you have done in Ryan's shoes? Would you have helped? Let us know in the comments. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories of fate, kindness, and unexpected twists. Until next time, stay kind, because you never know who you might be helping.